Just give me a second. I'll just start. Hey, hi everybody. So we are here for our last session for the MCP. So we are going to discuss today on code. But we like have one new speaker. So he's going to present for the first time. So he has done a lot of contribution alongside some contribution. So it will be a nice interactive session. With that said, I think we will just you seem to be on mute. We can no, we can't.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, better.
Am I audible to all? Ananto, Kunal.
Yeah,
Yes, Modi.
Okay,
just be
fine.
little loud.
Okay, fine. Okay, good afternoon, good morning to all. So today we will have a session regarding MCP. So I think this is a last session, last series which we have for MCP. So I will share my screen. We have before going to demo, we have one presentations and then we have some core concepts about this coded MCP, what is coded MCP and all this stuff. And then we will go for a hands-on demo. And there we will see that how coded MCP is helping your agent to give a contextual answer. So I'm share my screen. Please let me know if my screen is visible or not, Kunal or others.
I think we can see your screen.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so actually, I am Shomodip. I am currently working as an automation architect and AI solution engineer at Cognizant, and I have more than 10 years of experience. And mostly, I belong to the part of RPA automations and AI. So yes, this is a brief introduction about myself. I also have my co-speaker. I want to introduce him. So he is Ananto. Ananto, can you please introduce
Hey,
yourself?
yes, thank you, Modi. Hey, hello everyone. Good, good afternoon. So this is Ananta Gupta. So I'm working in Cognizant as a automation RP technical lead from 9 years. Thank you, Modi. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So today we have an agenda like why we require coded MCP. Then we will see that some of the advantages of coded MCP. That means we have. That means in last session we have seen external MCP, and now today we'll see why we require coded MCP. Along with that, we will also see some of the use cases. What are the type of use cases which we will have for coded MCP, and then we will have our demo accordingly. So first of all, let me introduce you what is coded MCP. So on last day, we have seen that from an external, we have one external MCP. From there, we have that means that MCP server has exposed all the tools, and from that tool, we are including the data to our agent, right? So now today our context is coded MCP. That means we will build our own MCP of ourselves. That means we will use coding, and by using coding we will build all the MCP, and that will be in and we will also expose all the tools, and we will mostly use Python for this one, and along with that we will use some decorators to expose these tools. So here if you use coding MCP, then you can build your own tools. Along with that you can build your own resources and also your own prompt. So these are the things which you can do with coded MCP. So hence, in a nutshell, coded MCP is a type of MCP protocol which you create by coding yourself as per your requirement, and you can customize the tools as per your requirement or your business requirement. So this is one part of coded MCP, and now we have a high level differentiation between coded MCP and external MCP. So It's that means this MCP server is written and embedded directly in your agent code base, and this is separately independently running MCP servers process. So this is the nutshell of coded MCP. Now I will come to the advantages of coded MCP. That means why we require coded MCP for the use cases. So now we have seen on last day that was a use case for climate action. So there we have seen that we were extracting tools from the external sources. But here, and they have only exposed 8 tools. And if I require any additional tools, then I have a dependency on my external vendor for that. But here, what we will have the full logic, full control of that. So if requires any tools for ourselves for our business purposes, we can definitely do a coding out of that, and then we can expose these tools, resources, and prompts for this one. Along with that, since it is in your system, in your environment, in your infrastructure, there will be a negative network latency for that. Being an external one, there might be some maintenance or a network latency might happen, but your internal one, there will be a negligible latency along with firewalls and all the white burst things and switches. It can help you. And second thing is that since you are using MCP, it might happen that some you have some mode of authentication. Today, what we will see, we will use bearer token as a mode of authentication. So it might happen in the future that the mode of authentication changes, and you may need to use some other mode. So there you have to keep all your secrets, like including this one also. You have to keep your bearer tokens or basic or all the stuff. But here in your coded MCP, these all the secrets which you need to store, that stores in your system rather than external system. Fourth advantage is custom tools. So if as you have full logic, full control over your logic, as well as you can create whatever tools it requires for which is pertinent for you or for your business. So you can write your own code, deploy it, whether it may be in Azure, AWS, or UiPath. UiPath, today we are seeing in the UiPath, so you can integrate with UiPath. And also we have a deterministic testable. That means since we are creating our own coded agents, so we can test that how the tools are working. And yes, UiPath is giving a platform to host your tools as well, so you can test how the tools are working with your own test cases rather than depending on external tool vendors. And along with that, this is a stateful. As we have last discussed that MCP is a stateful system. So if you want to add any persistence layer in your coding, you can definitely go ahead and add that persistence layer so that your MCP can be much more contextual, and your agent can be much more contextual. So fueling your agent with more context is a utmost priority in today's industry. So these coded MCP is one of the place and one of the important or pivotal feature or pivotal protocol which we use to fuel those contexts. Now we will have what are the types of use cases. So now I want to hand it over to my co-speaker Ananto. Please take up this slide, please.
Thank you so much, Somadeep. Okay, am I audible, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, when to use coded MCP? Okay, so there are five advantages are there. So let me explain one by one. So first one is the proprietary or internal data. Suppose our organizations or your organization's data lives behind a firewall, internal database, ERP system, or HR platform that can never be sent to a third party connector. So, coded MCP keeps the data on your own infrastructure. So, Cloud only sees what your tool choose to return. For example, for live example, query internal SAP system for employee record without exposing credential to any external MCP server. This is the live example of internal data. For next one, high frequency. High frequencies nothing but external MCP connector at latency per call and may be rate limited by the provider. When cloud needs to call a tool hundred of times in a loop polling, batch processing real time monitoring a coded MCP, your control is far faster and cheaper. For example, pole manufacturing sensor API every 500 millisecond to detect anomalies across 200 machine in parallelly. Okay. Next, coming to that complaints sensitive in regulated industry, for example, healthcare, finance, legal. So data must stay within defined boundaries. Okay, so specific region, audit locked system, or encrypted pipeline. So coded MCP gives you full control over where data flows and how it's logged and who can access it. Okay, for example, small example, process patient record under HIPAA rules, ensuring all data stay in an approved AWS region with full audit trial. Okay, so this is the example of complaint sensitive. The next one is stateful state integration or stateful integration. Some workflows span multiple steps and need to remember what happened before approval. Okay, so multi-stage RPA flow long running. So in our case, when we run the RPA flows long running UiPath jobs, so coded MCP maintains session context across calls. Such step can build on the last without staging from scratch. For example, I give you just a small example for s- state integration. Run a UiPath orchestra. When we run the UiPath orchestra job, wait for completion, the first job, fetch the result, then trigger the next dependent process, all in one stateful session. Okay, and the next one is custom logic. So custom logic is nothing but an external connector return raw data as is. Okay. So coded MCP lets you transform, filter, enrich, and merge or calculate before. So here Cloud ever sees the result, business rule, scoring algorithm, and data normalization all embedded in the tool itself. Okay, so for example, fetch sales data from three CRMs, normalize currencies, apply discount rule, then return a single rank opportunity list. This is the then that's why we we are using coded MCP. Those are the five advantages are there. Yes, Somodip.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ananto, for this thing. So now we will have demo. So similarly as demo, we will see that we will first of all initialize all the SDKs of UiPath, and then we will see there will be one code, and then from there we will go to MCP inspector, and then we will uh, upload that code to UiPath orchestrator. So I will stop sharing this presentation. Now I will switch to my VS Code. Okay. Okay, so this is your VS Code. Now, first of all, you have to give a name of the MCP server which you want to create. So, for the example, this one. So currently, so before going building our MCP server, let me give you one example. So we are building one use case where it will act as an advanced calculator, where it will perform addition, subtraction, as well as mathematical operations. So here, one moment. So these are the So this is the MCP coded MCP which we have developed, and these are the list of tools like absolute number, addition, cube root, division, exponential, factor, logarithmic, module, multiplication, power square root. This all we can do by using coded MCP, because it is very difficult, as it has been mentioned, it is very difficult to make a custom tool from external servers or external vendors. So that's the reason the whatever tools you require for your workflow, that you can expose it from here, and you can write your own tool. Now the point is that before starting your development for your MCP server, that is your MCP server, I will first showcase how you will set up all the instances. Then I have written one code here. I will, from this one, I will show you how we can upload it and how the MCP inspector will work, because this code is totally that MCP server which it has been uploaded. And then we will go to our agent. Then Ananta will take care, and he will go to the agent, and he will explain that how to integrate this MCP server with your agent and how the data is getting flowed. So now the first point is, so since I have created a blank folder in my system, and that I have exposed it in my Explorer. Now before going to that, I have to create one this one virtual environment for this one. So, okay.
So Somadev, so to run the coded MCP to any software requirement is required, like you run in VS Code, right?
Yes.
And Python also required, right? Okay.
Yes. Okay, as Anant has mentioned, so we in my system I have Python, because MCP server coding for MCP requires Python. So I have created my own environment variables for this, my own virtual environment. Now what I will do, post creation of this virtual environment, I will create my own MCP server. So when you have, you see, this is one of the SDK of UiPath. So when you have used this one, as a when you have executed this command, so you will get all the necessary files like server.py, where you will write your own MCP server codes, along with that project.toml file, where you will perform this version control, and who has mentioned, who is the author, and these control you can do it with toml file. And also you have an mcp.json file where you can communicate with using JSON. So now, if you that means this SDK have these three files automatic. That means it will come automatically. It will get unpacked when you are trying to download this their SDK. Now, post this one, we have. Okay, now as you have got this file, so now you can see this MCP is not running, because as Ananta has mentioned, I need to install MCP as well as MCP CLI, which it has been installed in my this Anaconda system. So I will showcase it from here, but we are preparing this setup. So you can, first of all, you need to write the install MCP. Now all the MCP dependencies and libraries will get installed for here. And now
So we will install the MCP. It will take some time, right, Somadev,
hmm,
to download all the
okay.
dependencies.
So all the dependencies are there. So another one, we have to download MCP CLI, that we'll do it later on. So you can see there is no error right now. Now the point is that, suppose you have written all the codes. Okay, you have written all the codes. Now your job is to deploy it to the uh, UiPath orchestrator. And one point, so when you are downloading the SDK for UiPath and when you get this type of file, so it is automatically they will give some of the MCP tools they will expose. So this we call as decorator, and these are the tools. In this way, we will mention the tools, arguments, and return statement. So this is one tool. So when you are downloading this one, they will give one sample of this, and you have to edit in this file only server.py. Okay, and now as post your edit, now you have to decide that okay, I need to pass on to the UiPath orchestrator. Now the point is that which orchestrator you will do. Is it in cloud.uipath.com with your own tenant or in staging server? So there it comes this one. So first of all, you can take help from UiPath or help, which will give you the list of instances are there in your UiPath right now with your system. Or you can, if you want to be authenticate in your staging instance of UiPath, you can do it in this way. But here I will authenticate with my cloud instance. I have a cloud and I have a tenant. So I will copy it. So you can see this has been authenticated well fine. Okay. Now I will change the screen. Now, okay, this is the MCP server which we have created. Now the point is that let me stop this one. Now the point is that if I have to check, okay, I have written my code. Now I have to check, okay, all the tools are working properly or not, all the tools are responding to me or not. So how to check in MCP server? So every time you cannot develop this and then you pass into orchestrator from agent, you will check. This is not a pertinent option, right? So when you are developing your system, you need to check it in your local that the tools which you have developed is currently working as pertinent or not. So what we have a concept of MCP inspector. So I will include this MCP inspector. I will showcase it to you. Give me one moment. So this is the MCP inspector which I have, and currently it is using UV as but I need Python, and I will delete this part, and now I will click on connect. Okay, you see my MCP inspector has been connected properly, and this is the MCP server which I have. I want to showcase one thing in the terminal. If you see, when I have executed this command mcp dev server.py, I have executed this one. You can see a session token has been created, and here the authentication has been taken care by using this session. And I have one, I have one URL. Since I'm working in this local, so MCP inspector will always open in a local system. But in other industries or in other projects which I have seen, that they have a dedicated, server, or they have a dedicated instance inside cloud where they have put their MCP inspector, and from there you have to connect to that cloud server, and then you can authenticate it and you can check whether your MCP inspector is working fine or not. So they will now this one will give you one URL to open your MCP server and to see whether your MCP server is correct or not. Along with that, it has been authenticated with the proxy authentication token. This one token it has been. So one session token has been generated. By using this session token, it has been authenticated. Since this inspector has been opened inside your own instance, so it is using STDIO, that is standard input output correction, not HTTP, because I am not using any cloud or something. But in practical purpose, when you will see in enterprise level projects, there you can see it will happen via HTTP, because that MCP will be hosted in some cloud instance, and from there you have to take it. But for our demo purpose, we will use our dev instance only, or rather local instance. So you can see it has been connected. We have connected our MCP server. Now, how to check that my MCP server is working fine? This question, to answer this question, you have seen these are the list of tools it has been mentioned. So all the before you are each and every function, if you want to expose it to your agent, So you have to mention in this format factorial, square root, and above that you have to mention this tools at the rate mcp.tool. This one in Python jargon we call it as decorator. Okay, so before each and everything you have to mention this tool decorator. Okay, now if I go to tools, so first of all, if you see this history, so first of all, history is that my from my VS Code, this MCP server has been opened and then handshake has been created. Now, if I create one list, click on this list of tools, here I will get the tool list. And you can see there are lots of tools: add, multiply, subtract, division, power, square root, factorial, same way which we have in this sequence. So add, multiply, subtract, and all the things, it has been mentioned in this format only. Okay, now if you want to check, okay, my this tool is working fine or not, or my tool is that means responding correct or not. So if you click on one tool, see here in division you will get this thing, division of two numbers, first number, second number, first number, second number, product. This is multiplication. I think there was a typo error, so this one has been will cause an error. So let's go to another tool. So yeah, this one, there was a typo error. Sorry. So this is a multiplication of together. So product of two numbers, it has been mentioned. So if I give two numbers, suppose 7 and this one, 4. Now if I run this tool, you can see 7 4 are 28. Similar case for each and every tool, if you work it, suppose if I click on absolute, absolute means the modular value it will give. Suppose if I am giving minus 12, minus 12, and if I run it, it will give me 12. So it is giving me modular answer. So the point is that if you want to execute anything, any tools, if you want to check your tools, then you can execute it from your inspector, and if it is works fine, then you can publish it to your UiPath. So before publishing to your UiPath, what some of the things you need to keep in your cognition. So here you need to go to your pyproject.toml file, and in this toml file, if you want, you can change the name, because initially when we have initiated this SDK, so I have given this name, but later on you can change it along with the version and also the author name and all this stuff. So suppose the author name is uh, and the email ID may be okay. So these are things you need to mention, and as you have already and you have already authenticated your system. So now what you have to do, you have to initialize it. That means now you have to initialize your packing. Init. So all the necessary binding files and mermaid files has been created, because if you want to create any agent, you can also do it here. And then you have to pack it. Okay. See, the authors has been mentioned here, description has been mentioned here, and post packing you can deploy it here, you can publish it. Okay. Now, when you're publishing it, there will be some options, like you want to publish it in your tenant. You want to, because I have some folder structure, so it will go to my personal workspace or any folder structure. So for the timing, I will go with tenant. Okay, I think I already have a package relating to this name. I already have a package. So let me change the version quickly. I think I missed some files. So anyhow, I have already created this one. If I execute this, I will just change this by project component file. Let me establish the connection here. Okay, it has been published properly. So now if I go to this one, my instance, let me refresh my instance. Let me switch to the orchestrator. As I have tenant paid, so now we go to my tenant, and there I will have the packages. Yes, this is a recent package which I have uploaded. Let me see the versions, and this is a version which 45 seconds ago I have uploaded to the company.
Yes, correct.
Okay, now I will hand over to Anunto.
Hmm. Then once we publish our package, then the first we have to go to that automations. So the first we need to create a coded MCP server. So that's why first need to create a process.
But before that, you want to create one folder.
Hmm.
So suppose we are taking this folder. Yeah, please.
Yes, you can take in any folder. Now first we need to go to the automations. Need to create a process, and we have to select the package which one will publish. Yes, it's the one. Yeah, package version is correct. Next, next. Yes, any display name. Put it in display name. Coded MCP or calculator, advanced calculator, anything, any name. Okay, just disable the healing agent Somadip. Okay, now create our new process, calculator advanced MCP. Okay, done. Now same folder We'll go to the MCP server. Same folder. Yes. Yeah, process is created. Yes.
This process, it has been created with version 0.03. Now,
Now go to the MCP server. To create a new MCP server. Uh, yes, because here need to choose coded because yes. Now to put any name, coded MCP or any name. Description and choose the process which one will create just now. Yes. Now add. Okay. Now it will take some time. Just refresh that page and that all the
oh,
tools will be added.
I think this one we do not have any serverless license has been activated for this folder. Let me do one thing. Let me do the changes here because there is no serverless machines as been implemented for this folder.
Correct, correct.
Let me create a automations and process here.
Okay. Create enable. Okay, no problem.
In this one. No.
Yes. Now go to the MCP servers. Add MCP server. Click on this coded. Put any name. Yes. Put any name. Advanced calculator. Our custom coded MCP. Yep. Description. Advanced calculator. Okay. Add MCP. Yes. Now click on this tool. It's running. Yeah. Now we have to connect to our MCP server, so that's whatever the tools should be there, so automatically the tool came. So all tools came: abstraction, subtraction, divisions, fractions, logarithm, modulus, all came. Now we have to run the job.
So for that we have to create an agent.
Yes, Somadip. Now we have to go to that agent. More, okay, yes. Create new agent. Any name. Conversation.
Actually, we are creating a conversational agent rather than an autonomous agent. So there are three types of agents are there: coded agents, autonomous agent, and conversational agent. So since we are working on conversational agent, so we are creating a conversational agent.
Add tool. Okay.
Let me see.
Okay. Now This is the system prompt. Okay, a tool. So here I need to choose MCP server.
But the tool we have given, I forgot the name.
It is so the right hand
Hmm.
side tool, add tool. You have to add tool, yes.
No, no, I have added the tool, but what was the name? I forgot. Name we have given.
Calculator, advanced or calculator, yes.
This one. This one.
Hmm. Coded advanced.
What is the tool?
MCP. Yes, coded advanced calculator MCP. Connect to MCP server.
The serverless license selected. I think there is a issue in the serverless because we have a limited set of details. So there is a serverless system needs to be assigned. So this is a enterprise, not an enterprise system. So it might happen there is no license has been attached there. But for our yeah, I will do one thing. We have already created one agent here.
Hmm.
Same agent we have created, and now yes or no? Please go. Yes or no?
Same. Yes. See, all the tool came automatically. Once we choose the MCP server tool, so all the tool automatically add, multiply, subtract, divisions, power, square root, everything. So now we have to run our coded MCP. So
Yes.
just
So
debug.
this advanced calculator, you can see this one here. This advanced calculator, same thing we have, and if we see the view tools, same we can see the same tool. Just in
Yes.
couple of time back we have uploaded because there is a limitations of serverless server system in in this instances, so it was not working due to that. But anyhow, but if you integrate it, it will work accordingly. Yes, please. Next step,
Yes.
Ananto.
Yes. So now we have to run our program code. Debug. Okay. Now save and debug. It will take some time to run. Yes.
Suppose if I have given, so you can see it is automatically calling addition tool here, and it has taken the input as also 2 and 2.
And generating the result also.
It has executed. You can see that result has
Yes.
been and what are the tools it has taken. So let me take one interesting example. This one. Yes, my friend has 2 pencils and I have 12 pencils. How many pencils we both have in total? So here I haven't mentioned, we haven't mentioned anything about addition. If I do this, it has automatically detected it needs an addition tool for this, and the input parameter has 2 pencils and 12 pencils. So it has automatically taken that, understood that. That's the reason we have included agents to make these calculations.
And if we can ask, okay,
So you can see
yes,
result is 14.0. And if I go to my code, addition tool, yes, addition tool, you can see the output is in float format. So as it is in float, so it is in decimal. So, and what are the tools it has been used, what are the input parameter it has been used, so all it has given as an output parameter. Yes, so
And also, if you can ask accept calculator, so somebody can you give one example also,
yes,
like any
so
other questions?
yes, we have given that. So yes, that is it, Kunal. Or do you have any questions? Hello. Yes, I got. Okay, so that is it from our side. So if you have any questions, you can mark it in your system or in your chat.
Yeah, I think there is a question just come in Q&A section. Um,
UiPath CLI is available to all. What is this UiPath CLI you are talking about?
Are you talking about licensing?
no, I think you'll have to install the UiPath CLI thing. There are
That
certain
is
steps. Yeah.
CLI is for coding agent. So, but here we are directly installing the SDKs in VS Code. So yeah, you need to run that SDK command only.
Okay. And there is one more question in the Q&A which says that is it possible to have this code that you are using in order to replicate the exercise? Like, are you guys
Yes,
planning to upload the code somewhere?
yes, we will share the PDF, so it will get uploaded in the event page. So yeah, the code, whatever code we have, so the code will also be there.
Okay.
I think Imai, can you please could you please share the code for this exercise so that we can? It will be there in that PDF, all the codes. Any other questions?
Serverless machine. What about serverless machine?
Okay, that means whenever you have a folder in your UiPath, so that means whatever you are deploying to that folder, you need a serverless machine so that it gets a medium using which you can execute that. So that is a serverless, this is a Linux system, so that UiPath provides. But in that folder which we were earlier, that means initially we had got uh, some serverless system issue. So that is it. That means it was not assigned with that folder. So if you can assign, it will work automatically.
So, Somadip, just to correct, like you are talking about the unattended setup, right?
Correct, correct.
Yeah. So, am I like there are uh, different unattended setups that is available? You can do it in your own machine, or if you have your own machine level setup, or you can also do it in a serverless machine, which UiPath is providing. So it's just an option that we took where our robot is going to execute this thing. So you have different options, so you can just go and like choose your one which works with you.
Do
Uh,
you have SOP? Yeah, the PDF. We will share all these things in the PDF. If you want to, if you want to run the MCP server in VM, in a VM in Azure, how could you do it? You cannot execute this MCP server in a VM. It's not in a virtual machine. You need to do that. So for that, you need to spin Azure Container Registry, and from there, you have to put it in Azure Container Registry as a functions, maybe, or in apps, any other thing. But Rather than VM is a bit costly and it's very robust. So there you have to use container app registry or not registry, a container app for that. And they are using container app registry. You have to authenticate it, and then in container app you can do it. So in this way you can include your, you can deploy your MCP server there. So first of all, you have to create your MCP server, push it in your GitHub. So from your GitHub, it will then move it to your via Azure container key registry to Azure container. Hope this makes sense, or it solves your answer. But here we are mostly dealing with UiPath, so we have shown this UiPath. But one another additional thing is that you can also execute, that means execute this coded MCP outside UiPath. Where we have shown one preview link, so you can use that to any of your agent which is hosted outside UiPath. Any other questions? Where we can get this link? I think Kunal can be quick with this.
I'll just answer this. So once this event ends and we have the recording ready, and Samadhi will be handing us the PPT, we'll upload it in the event page from where you registered. In the same page, you'll find the access to both the PPT or the SOP and the YouTube video. So you can just go and take like recap on this session and have your files with you as well. It easily takes 24 to 48 hours, so feel free to check like around the July 2nd, 1st or 2nd should be good. If there is no more questions, so I will probably end the session here today. So thank you, Somadeep, for this wonderful session. Same, Ananta. It was your first session, and really well done with that. So, yep. And thanks everyone for joining. I would love all of you to keep following the Kolkata chapter page. I'll just give a link here. So, just in case if you have not joined the community for Kolkata, please do join and support us. All of us are available in LinkedIn. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any particular session that you want to see, or if you have any feedback regarding any of the session. We are always open to that.
Thank you, Kunal, for this hosting this session